Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Who would do something like this? A startling case of animal abuse discovered. The Michigan Humane Society needs your help. Ben?
Just when you thought it was safe to go outside, that snow just keeps coming down, and it looks like it may stick around for a while.
But we're going to begin with breaking news. A Monroe County judge is facing a string of sex charges. Just a short time ago, Michigan Attorney General charged Judge Jared Calkins with 1 count of transporting a woman for the purpose of prostitution and 4 counts of hiring women for the purpose of prostitution. That transportation charge is a felony that could net the judge 20 years in prison if convicted. We've got a breaking news crew heading to Monroe tonight. They're combing through this lengthy criminal complaint. They will break down the charges for us coming up in a live report we expect at 6 p.m.
Our other top story tonight, it only took a matter of minutes. A snow squall on I-94 sends cars slamming into each other and backs up traffic for miles. That crash shut down westbound I-94 for hours and involved more than 30 cars.
Yep, happened this morning in Jackson County, right near the Mount Hope Road exit. Larry Spruill's been talking with police and people who were involved and shows us how it all happened.
Yeah, guys, things are a mess right now. Take a look at the accident here. You can see several cars on the side of the road, even that one car on top of a tow truck. It has involved between 40 and 50 cars, and police say this is a mess.
What the is going on, man?
Jackson County 911.
Yeah, we got a huge accident. Can you guys get some people out here? I got hit.
This is just one of the many 911 calls that came through the Jackson County 911 Center Friday morning. Each call informing dispatchers about this multi-car crash, shutting down I-94 westbound for hours.
Just keep my kids safe.
That's all mother of 3 Kaylee Cutler could think about. Her car was a part of this chain reaction. Police say a snow squall was the cause of this accident.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was basically a whiteout. I could probably only see clearly maybe like 50 yards in front of me.
But Cutler tells me that was not enough distance to see the sea of brake lights in front of her.
Threw on the parking brake and I just slid into the back of a semi.
A guy was coming to get over, and apparently he slid out, hit the back of my car, and spun me around.
Mike Bearden was also involved in the crash. He believes his car is totaled.
A hit in the rear, and then in the front, it's completely caved all the way in and pushed into the engine, so it's probably totaled, I would have to guess.
Meanwhile, Cutler is counting her blessings.
I mean, everyone was okay, nobody hit their heads. The airbags didn't even deploy, so I would say overall we came out pretty well.
Counting her blessings indeed tonight, but the good news is that there were no fatalities in this crash. Also, there were no serious injuries. We're live along Interstate 94 tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
So Larry, understanding that the weather played a factor, does that say anything about whether charges might end up being filed against anyone?
Yeah, Devin, I asked police that same question. They tell me because weather did play a factor in the crash earlier today, that more than likely there would be no charges filed.
Yeah, tough situation for the drivers as that started to happen. All right, Larry, and that snow squall that caused the pileup luckily didn't make it here to Metro Detroit, but we are still seeing a few flakes flying around. Although look at this, a little bit of sun breaking through.
Yes, it does look pretty nice out there. Let's get over to Ben. We are sliding into the weekend and we're going to see a warm up.
It's trying to get here, and yes, the temperatures will technically get warmer, but we got to get this stuff out of here first. And we're paying close attention to what's going on in our south zone right now because we saw that squall go through earlier. Watch this coming across 23 and down to 75 right now. It's a moderate snow shower. So on radar, at least, these are some of the same intensities that we were seeing out in Jackson. It's just not as big and not as long lasting, but still could have some issues with visibility on some of our highways there in our south zone as we speak. Otherwise, temperatures dipping into the 20s tonight, but believe it or not, we're going to the teens for lows. We will technically warm up this weekend, but the big payoff is coming at the end of the 7-day forecast. All that in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Tonight, the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality has issued an alert about the drinking water in parts of Macomb County.
Now, it has to do with trace amounts of a little-known chemical called PFAS. Let's get to Coco McAvoy. She is live this evening. And Coco, there's a whole lot of questions about this.
Yes, Karen and Devin, there are a lot of questions like what exactly is this substance? Is it harmful? Should I be concerned? We asked the MDEQ all of those questions, and they say they're trying to be as transparent as they can. The drinking water in Mount Clemens in New Baltimore is contaminated with small traces of a man-made substance referred to as PFAS. But what exactly are PFAS?
So PFAS is a family of chemicals. There's over 3,000 individual compounds in the family.
Sue Leeming from the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality says the chemicals are difficult to avoid because they're found in people and places all over the world.
They are found in so many of the products we use every day. So they're found as stain master on your carpeting, a protective coating on your fast food wrappers and your pizza boxes, in cosmetics, in electronics. They're also found in firefighting foam.
The testing was conducted after PFAS was found in the Clinton River last year. The MDEQ wanted to be proactive and decided to launch more testing. So what's being done about it now?
Number one is to continue monitoring on a quarterly basis, at least initially, so that we can see whether or not these compounds are really there and what level they might be in, and ensure that they are staying at really low levels. And then secondly, notify the public so that you can be totally transparent.
There's more research needed on PFAS, and scientists are still learning what an exposure to the substance means for people. So for now, officials are doing as many tests as they can to get up to speed and are making sure the public is aware. And again, the MDEQ said they found very small trace amounts in both of those communities, but they say they'll be testing the water supplies in 1,300 communities to come. So definitely stay tuned on this topic. Back to you.
Coco, do we know if the substance is harmful to people?
That's a very complicated question, and the answer is pretty complicated too, because they're telling me that scientists need to do more research and they're not completely sure. But at the same time, they tell me that studies have been done and it's shown that there's a possible increase in the risk for cancer. There's an increase in cholesterol levels and difficulty growing in infants. So it is possibly harmful, but they say it depends on the amount of exposure you get.
All right, a lot more investigating to do on behalf of MDEQ. Thank you, Coco. An Inkster woman faces several charges after allegedly shooting her son after an argument.
Yeah, police say 37-year-old Ebony Schofield got in a verbal fight with her 16-year-old son and made him leave their apartment. He was banging on the door when she allegedly came out and shot him in the shoulder. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. Schofield is going to be arraigned tomorrow on 3 charges, including assault with intent to do great bodily harm. The Michigan Supreme Court has denied a new trial in the murder of Renisha McBride. It was back in 2014. Theodore Wafer was convicted of killing McBride, who had been on his porch. He's currently serving 15 to 30 years on that conviction. Wafer says he was in fear for his life and thought McBride was trying to break in when he shot through the screen door. Lawyers for Wafer sought to have his conviction overturned, saying his legal rights were violated when the jury was given faulty instructions. However, the Michigan Supreme Court rules the conviction stands. Juvenile lifer Charles Lewis has decided he now wants a lawyer.
Lewis has spent 41 years in prison after being charged with killing an off-duty police officer back in 1976. Out of Michigan's 363 juvenile lifers, 247 are still behind bars in violation of 2 U.S. Supreme Court decisions that outlaw juvenile life without parole. Lewis originally wanted to represent himself, but has now made the decision that he would like a court-appointed attorney. 2 Detroit police officers have been charged with willful neglect of duty. Both Stephen Hyde and Ronald Cadez have been charged in connection with a car accident that happened last year in Detroit. Last October, the 2 officers saw a speeding car and then went to chase it. When the speeding car crashed while it was still ahead of the officers, they allegedly left the scene and didn't notify the dispatcher about the chase or the crash. The 19-year-old driver of the car died at the hospital as a result of the accident.
President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un have agreed to meet face-to-face, a stunning development that comes after months of an expanding North Korean nuclear program and, of course, a lot of angry rhetoric between the 2 world leaders. So with the stakes so high, can Kim Jong-un now be trusted? Blaine Alexander's following that from Washington. Blaine?
Well, hello to you from Washington. The meeting itself would be historic, the first ever face-to-face between the leaders of the 2 countries. But today the White House is making it clear that if the meeting is to happen, North Korea has to prove it's ready to cooperate.
Kim Jong-un and President Trump ready to come to the table in what would be an unprecedented meeting to discuss ending North Korea's nuclear program.
Let's be very clear. The United States has made 0 concessions. This meeting won't take place without concrete actions that matter match the promises that have been made by North Korea.
But will the potential benefits outweigh the risks? North Korea has made promises like this before.
It's very risky, very unorthodox. I'm worried that Kim Jong-un is setting us in a trap, but I support the president.
President Trump talking with leaders of China and Japan, promising not to let up on sanctions, even as Kim Jong-un is reportedly eager to meet. But experts say North Korea has its own agenda.
They also want American troops off the Korean peninsula. This is going to be a very dicey and difficult negotiation.
The administration cautiously optimistic about the meeting with Kim.
What changed was his posture in a very dramatic way that, in all honesty, came as a little bit of a surprise to us.
A sharp 180 after months of North Korean missile tests capable of hitting the U.S., drawing angry threats like this.
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission.
They will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
The White House rejecting criticism that the talks would elevate a volatile dictator, instead insisting President Trump is getting exactly what he wants.
And no details yet on exactly what that meeting would look like, the when or the where. The White House says that's not yet been decided. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine, more to come. Turns out the stolen uniforms may just be the tip of the iceberg.
New tonight, why police believe whoever stole them may have done a whole lot more.
And no membership needed. How you can shop at Costco next week without having to be a member. Sean?
Guys, this is Stanley. He's making himself at home on my lap. What a loving cat. But someone really hurt him. A terrible case of animal abuse. We've got much more on Stanley, what happened to him and what his recovery is like. Next on Local 4.
Tonight, new at 6.
This tree in Frenchtown Township probably been here 100 years, but take a look at that red X. That means somebody wants to cut it down.
Now, after 50 years I've lived here, why didn't you start cutting years ago if you wanted to clear cut things?
We'll tell you why Sunoco, after almost 90 years, suddenly wants to cut this tree down and a whole bunch more.
All right, Jason, also a shoplifter with a taste for high-end booze. What she tried to walk out with from a local Kroger, new at 6.
And take a look. This is Stanley, the cat, and what this poor little guy has been through is just disgusting.
See in the picture here, someone cut Stanley's ears, even cut his tail, and now the Michigan Humane Society wants to find whoever did it. Let's bring in Sean Lay, who's live in Westland. We got any leads in this, Sean?
That's the first thing we asked, Devin. No leads as of yet. It's why the Michigan Humane Society and Crime Stoppers, they have put together a sizable reward to find the person that really hurt this cat.
Hi, Stan. You back up?
In the past 48 hours,
What are you doing?
Anna Chrisman has gotten to know this cat named Stanley.
My heart it sank because anytime an animal is hurt, it hurts you.
It does hurt to look at Stanley knowing that someone really hurt him. A portion of his ears have been chopped off, his tail cut. He's bruised all over. He's a black cat that even has a black eye.
Just something about him, the first time I met him, he was so soft and still so incredibly focused on wanting to be around people and wanting to be social and friendly, that the idea that somebody could do this to him, it's horrifying.
Stanley was found near Telegraph and 96 in Redford this week. It's clear that someone did all of this to this cat on purpose. The Michigan Humane Society and Crime Stoppers offering a $2,500 reward to find that person.
Someone is rather dangerous out there that would hurt a cat like that.
Oh, absolutely. So there's tons of research out there that shows the link between folks who will do violence to a defenseless animal and folks that will do violence to people. There is a direct link.
Stanley, one sweet cat going through a lot of pain, but finally now getting a lot of love.
Back here live, Stanley been through so much, still in pain right now, recovering here, but what a sweet, friendly cat comes right up to you, wants to sit in your lap. Listen, guys, a lot of people are going to be wanting to adopt Stanley. He's still recovering. That's about 2 weeks away. And Devin and Karen, I also want to pass along a little bit on the lighter side. The Troy Police Department, they've been on Twitter all week long saying they want a police cat, maybe a cat for the department there. I reached out to them and said, I think I found your cat. Might be Stanley, so they may be getting in line. I know they're watching.
Yeah.
They may be trying to get Stanley for their own as well. Back to you.
And Sean, I think we're losing your signal here. I had a question for you, but I think we're losing the signal. So we will continue, obviously, to follow this story and hopefully figure out who's behind this. Terrible stuff.
Sad to just see.
I know. Really hard to watch. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to have a Costco membership, your chance to find out is next week.
That's right. Metro Detroit Costco locations are teaming up with libraries to give non-members a chance to shop at Costco for free. Residents will be able to shop one day for free between March 12th and March 18th. It includes all 9 Southeast Michigan locations. All you have to do is present your library card. And if you do, check out the pretzels with the peanut butter inside.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites.
As long as you want 7 gallons of them.
That's true. It is a big container, but it's a good little snack.
And if you're good, you can actually have lunch there from the sample.
Oh, that's true too.
True.
Yeah,
My
you just
husband
make it
does
there.
that all
Yep.
the
There's
time.
usually a lot to snack on.
A lot of snow out there too.
Well, we saw that mess that we saw with the snow squalls out on 94.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been
very intense, small area. We had another one that showed up here in our south zone not too long ago. But generally, it's been nuisance snow today and just the stuff that won't go away. And it's still out there tonight. We're very hesitant to say it's going to leave, but it looks like it's going to leave just about the late evening hours tonight before we get into midnight. But you can still see back into the northern part of the state, there's still a flow of snow coming in from the northwest. And we're going to be seeing that as we go forward. Metro Airport, 8/10 of an inch is what we're seeing for the last 3 days reported there. But it is the story of the haves and have-nots. Once you get north of 8 Mile, Lake Orion's at 8.7 inches. Those numbers really go up the further north you get. Lapeer at 10.4, but you get down to Farmington and Oakland County, they only picked up at 1.7 inches, and under 2 here in Mount Clemens. Peck almost a foot of snow, and there was a report up in Tuscola County of 14 inches of snow. So it was good to see the sunshine this morning, even if it was shrouded in clouds, and that was out in Harrison Township on storm pins. Otherwise, we're at 34 degrees right now. Numbers actually a little bit warmer up here to the north. Green Bay's at 36. Minneapolis, very similar to what we've got at 33, but you can see the 50s that are down here to the south in Missouri. We will be warming up, but it's going to take a while before we get to those numbers, technically small increments as we get into the weekend. High pressure settles in. Again, we'll finally see these snow showers shut off as we get to about 10 o'clock tonight. And then overnight, the clouds start clearing out, and that allows temperatures to really drop as we head towards tomorrow morning. And we will be seeing those temperatures continue to rise, but again, just a little bit as we head into the weekend. And then here comes our next chance of precipitation on Monday. And it looks like we could have a few snow showers coming here again. Here's today's 4-zone forecast as we look at low temperatures. We'll start in the metro zone. Those numbers are going to be right around 20 degrees. A lot of teens out there, especially when you get away from the city. South zone anywhere between 17, 18, maybe 19 out here towards the lake. A lot of teens also here in our west zone for low temperatures. And the coldest number is probably going to be 16 in the northern part of our west zone and also in our north zone. But wind chills are going to be in the low teens, close to about 10, even with just a light wind. We will be coming mostly clear tonight. High temperatures going to be rising to 38 in the afternoon. We will see a decent amount of sunshine to start. There's a slight possibility we could see a flurry return as we get into the afternoon. But the big story this weekend is going to be setting your clocks forward. Do it before you go to bed Saturday night.
Right.
Start daylight saving time on Sunday.
Otherwise, you're going to try and figure out why they started church without you.
That's right. And they will.
They will. That's right. Doc?
More signs the flu may be slowing down, but it's not gone yet. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. See where it's still going strong and the other illnesses that are making lots of people sick.
All right, Frank, but first, what happened a decade ago that could land this man in prison next?
Across Michigan tonight, we're following stories from Coldwater and our state capital in Lansing.
But let's start this roundup in Emmett County, which is where a man is charged with child sex crimes from a decade ago. 47-year-old Kenneth Double faces 12 counts of criminal sexual conduct, accused of assaulting a child several times while the child was between the ages of 8 and 10. Police say the crime was committed about 10 years ago, but wasn't reported until February 27th of this year. Double was arraigned Wednesday, bond set at $75,000. He's being kept right now in the Emmett County Jail.
Moving over to Coldwater, where police say grave markers have been vandalized. The damages were discovered on Wednesday at Oak Grove Cemetery. More than 30 grave markers in the oldest section of the cemetery were tipped over, broken, or thrown. The vandalism is believed to have taken place between Tuesday evening and Wednesday afternoon. If you have any information, call the police. And in Lansing, emergency relief assistance may be available to low-income residents affected by flooding.
Yeah, the state emergency relief program is open to provide help to individuals or families facing conditions of extreme hardship. The program can help with some home repairs to correct unsafe conditions, also to restore essential services. Households can get up to $1,500 for non-energy related repairs. You can find the application information online. It's at michigan.gov.
New at 5:30.
A timeline of terror.
I love you. I love you. It's not. God, Lord God. Lord God.
Is it the police?
No, it's not the police. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my God, there's
Terrifying 911 calls released in the Parkland school shooting.
They'll tell you that breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
It's so convenient because everyone can just walk right in, grab something, and head to their class.
And a lot of students are finding this is a great option to the one they used to have. We'll tell you where it's moving to.
For a few tense hours this morning, all of these police uniforms were in the hands of criminals. All the uniforms now accounted for, but stay tuned on Local 4. We have new information about who may have stolen those uniforms.
On the next.
It turns out there's more to the story. New tonight, why police believe whoever stole a pile of police uniforms may have done a whole lot more. It tops our news tonight at 5:30. Police sources say the men who stole those police officers' uniforms could be behind a string of robberies all over town in just the past few days.
Our Sean Lay has brand new details in this investigation from Farmington Hills.
Well, take a look. This is how the uniforms were found this morning, just dumped in a street. All uniforms now have been accounted for. This is inside the Farmington Hills Police Department. The Novi uniforms, the Farmington Hills uniforms are accounted for. But the next step of this investigation, that's when things get interesting.
You can imagine the alarm that for hours this morning, all of these official police uniforms were in the hands of criminals. Dozens of uniforms belonging to Farmington Hills Police and Novi Police, ready to wear if the people that had them wanted to impersonate the police.
Our fear that either our uniforms or Novi's uniforms fall into the wrong hands and get to them.
They were taken during yet another smash and grab robbery this morning. This time, a vehicle used to smash into Perfect Cleaners on West McNichols. Van keys were found inside, and two of the cleaners' vans were stolen. All of these uniforms were in those vans, but the thieves didn't want them and dumped them about a mile away.
A concerned citizen apparently was outside this morning at daylight, and they saw a stack of dry cleaning in an abandoned field.
With all of the uniforms back in the hands of police, Detroit police, they have an intense investigation ongoing to find the crew who took the vans. This morning, this crew can be seen smashing and grabbing from Mays Market on West Chicago right after the dry cleaner break-in. Comparing this video to video of a crew smashing and grabbing from a Detroit pharmacy, liquor store, and dispensary this past Wednesday morning. One even looks like he's still wearing the same blue hooded jacket. The worry that two big dry cleaner vans will be used to hit more businesses and load those vans up with stolen goods.
I can tell you there is a great deal of work going on trying to get these guys off the streets. They're still out there. If it is the same crew from this week, they have built up, Jason, quite a library of surveillance camera footage so far that we've been going over, that the police have been going over. So they're asking anyone that recognizes anyone in the video to certainly give them a call right away.
Yeah, a great deal of work being done, Sean, and I would assume a great deal of money being lost by these businesses.
That's a great point, because one of the things we don't even have time to show you is that once these guys go in and grab what they want and leave, they're destroying the inside of these businesses, costing those business owners plenty.
Boy, you bet. All right, Sean, thanks. The National Guard has been called in to help clean up after the most recent nor'easter just slammed the East Coast.
Recovery will probably extend well into the weekend after about 2 feet of snow was dumped on the region. Utility crews still out in full force. They're trying to clear all those downed trees and power lines, which left hundreds of thousands of people in the dark. There are still a little more than 100,000 homes and businesses still without power across New York and New Jersey.
Nicholas Cruz, the teenager accused of killing 17 and injuring more than a dozen inside a Florida high school, was in court today for a key hearing. That happening as investigators released chilling 911 calls and police dispatch audio from that deadly attack.
State versus Nicholas Joseph Cruz.
Accused Stoneman Douglas gunman Nicholas Cruz back inside a Florida courtroom this afternoon, where a judge ruled he will continue to be held without bond.
Mr. Cruz, I've reviewed the grand jury indictment and other documents in your case, and I find probable cause.
And now,
somebody shooting up the school at Stoneman Douglas.
We are hearing the raw emotions and horror inside the high school during the attack.
I love you, it's Mom. God, Lord God.
911 calls and police transmissions released by the Broward County Sheriff's Office.
There was 2 shot in her room.
Reveal the panic of parents and students as the shots rang out.
I love you. It's going to be fine. Can you hide somewhere? Can you play dead?
The dispatch audio.
We don't have any description yet. We just hear shots, but appears to be shots fired.
Also confirms reports that school resource officer Scott Peterson did not confront the gunman, despite apparently knowing where the massacre was unfolding.
Sir Alex, do not approach the 12 or 1,300 buildings. Stay at least 500 feet away at this point.
Investigators say the tapes indicate Cruz continued to fire on students and teachers for 5 to 6 minutes straight before walking out of the building just before sheriff's deputies rushed in. Lawyers for Scott Peterson say his actions during the shooting have been wrongly portrayed. The police response is under investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
Well, we made it to Friday, and guess what? Surprise, surprise. More snow.
More snow, hey.
Thanks, Ben.
I know, it's great. I'm trying to even muster some enthusiasm about it, but we still have flakes out there.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to continue at least into the evening hours. Most of this, again, is pretty light stuff. We had been watching one band, or I should say one little squall that ran through Monroe County, so we were concerned about visibilities there on 23 and 75. Even though this was moderate and maybe intense snow at times, it was moving fairly quickly, so hopefully it didn't cause any problems there. Otherwise, again, just some pretty light snow in the south zone. Very widely scattered flurries here across the heart of our area, but the further north you get, there's still some put together snow showers there in Lapeer and also parts of Sanilac County. Again, we expect this to continue at least for the next few hours. Overnight, we will dry out. Temperatures technically go up over the weekend, but I think we're going to have to wait a while to see a significant warm up. It is in the 7-day forecast. We'll look at that coming up in just a few minutes. Guys?
All right, thank you so much, Ben. The man known as the Pharma Bro, Martin Shkreli, has been sentenced to 7 years in prison. He was found guilty on counts of securities fraud and conspiracy. He deceived investors and misused their money while he was the portfolio manager at a hedge fund. He is most famous for hiking the price of a life-saving drug by 5,500%. He reportedly broke down in tears, apologizing for his actions during his sentencing.
The latest jobs report released by the government today contains good news for low, middle, and high wage industries. 313,000 jobs were added last month, which is the most since July of 2016. The unemployment rate was 4.1%, which is a 17-year low, and the average hourly wage grew by 0.1%. It may be dinner time right now, but Monday morning will soon be here for school kids, and they need breakfast.
Yeah, they sure do. For years, the federal government provided school breakfast and lunch for needy districts with limited success. Our Rod Maloney tonight, though, tells us about a new idea that's changing the program for the better.
Used to be with the government breakfast program that they would hold it down in the cafeteria. And oftentimes the cafeteria ladies would stand there alone because the kids would walk right by. This changes the game.
How are we doing today?
Happy Friday.
At Hazel Park High School, the first stop before class, even before the locker,
Are you going to get breakfast, sweetheart?
is the breakfast cart at the front door. Cassandra Klusik prefers an apple and a Nutri-Grain bar.
I come here every morning to get breakfast because I don't usually eat at home, and plus sometimes I'm here really early, so it's like convenient to be able to get breakfast at the school.
The United Way watched the old operation and decided it could make a difference here. It gave the school these carts and also helps get healthier foods installed in them. And with the cart comes a food monitor, someone to make certain that the kids don't just take a carb bar, but also fruit and protein as well as milk. Khadija Jameh likes the fruit.
I would say it gives me that kickstart I need in the morning to, get going in class and pay attention.
And the kids also like the occasional hugs that come with breakfast.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
See you later, baby. Have a good day, okay?
The United Way's Sarah Gold is buoyed by the program's success.
We have a real big gap between the kids who are eating a free and reduced price school lunch during the day and the kids who are actually accessing a breakfast. So what we're trying to do at the United Way is partner with schools where that gap exists and try and close it.
In the bad old school days, food wasn't even allowed anywhere near a classroom, but Principal Matthew Daly says he's good with it now.
The hardest part we have to deal with is a few crumbs on desks, then it's worth the investment. So that way our students have all their needs taken care of so they can focus on their academics.
This was a test pilot program. They had it in Pontiac as well. It went really well. And so now they're getting ready to spread it across 6 counties across the state. It's just that you have to provide your own hug lady. In Hazel Park, Rod Malone, Local 4.
Oh, great added touch, that hug. The United Way, by the way, will be bringing its breakfast carts locally to Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. We have an update for you tonight about a little 6-month-old boy who is fighting for his life.
You might remember little Elia. He doesn't have a working immune system. He's in need of a bone marrow donor to replace the current bone marrow that he has. His family held a Be the Match bone marrow registry drive in January. They're holding 2 more of those next week to save this little boy's life. If you can help them out, they'd sure appreciate it. They're scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday, March 13th and 14th at the Hudson Cafe on Woodward. That's right in the city of Detroit from 3 to 9 p.m. Finding out if your match is as simple as a mouth swab, not very invasive at all. Everyone obviously invited to attend that. It was just a minor malfunction, but the impact has been massive.
New tonight, how an equipment failure has left hundreds of potential parents just heartbroken.
More signs the flu may be slowing down, but it's not gone yet. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, see where it's still going strong and the other illnesses that are making lots of people sick.
Okay, Doc, but first, it's just a small hole in the side of the house. So why are people in the neighborhood evacuating? We'll show you what makes this one so dangerous next.
And before we head to break, be sure to check out the latest episode of Shattered Black Friday, the podcast. It's our deep dive into the disappearance of the Skelton boys. In this week's episode, we're going to walk you through minute by minute the day John Skelton disappeared. You can get it for free wherever you download your podcasts. We'll be right back.
From a secret. New at 6.
One volleyball coach in Southfield now has the title of hero. We'll tell you what she did to help save the life of one of her players.
All right, Coco. Plus, parents, we know what kind of hijinks those little ankle biters can get into when they get bored. Well, new at 6, why it might not be so bad for them to run out of things to do.
In Florida, the location of a sinkhole is forcing one family to leave their home. The sinkhole, which is 8 feet deep and 8 feet wide, has opened. It has opened up under Megan Dennison's house, about 85% of the hole directly under the home. Emergency management now warning her neighbors to evacuate, and also they've marked their homes unsafe as well. One man who lives right next door says for now, he's staying put.
It seems like it's okay. It hasn't gotten any worse in 7 hours, but if it does, I'll be up half the night.
Now, as for Dennison, she says she didn't have enough time to grab everything she really wanted to grab, with pictures of loved ones who have passed away, all still there inside her house. In good health tonight, the CDC says the number of people battling the flu continues to fall, but warning also there are still 34 states experiencing widespread flu cases.
And that includes Michigan, but there are signs the flu is starting to lose steam. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge here with the latest of what's going around.
For the second week in a row, most local doctors and hospitals are reporting a decrease in flu activity, but they caution they're still seeing a number of cases. Here's what's going around where you live. In Wayne County, all of the hospitals we talked to report fewer cases of flu this week. St. John is treating plenty of stomach viruses, and Children's Hospital continues to see RSV. Beaumont's in Dearborn, Taylor, and Wayne are seeing more colds, sinus infections, and some likely weather-related migraines. Over to Oakland County, where Dr. Tim O'Neill at Clarkson Medical Group says flu persists but is declining. He's also treating strep throat and hand, foot, and mouth disease. The CVS Minute Clinics report ear infections, sinus infections, and some pneumonia. Looking at Washtenaw County, doctors at U of M are still seeing children with the flu, but not as many as before. Strep throat and stomach viruses are going around, and kids and adults are coming in with upper respiratory infections and injuries from falling on the snow and ice. Down to Monroe County, ProMedica Monroe Regional says flu cases are dwindling down at their emergency room. They're seeing more stomach viruses and strep throat. Finally, in Macomb County, Dr. Evan Coyne at McLaren Macomb says flu is decreasing, but they're still seeing confirmed cases of influenza B. Stomach viruses continue, and slippery conditions have led to slip and fall injuries. Henry Ford Sterling Heights reports lots of kids with strep throat, and the CVS Minute Clinics are seeing ear and sinus infections as well as colds. We do typically see flu cases until well into April and even May, so if you develop symptoms, it really could be the flu. Now, if you got the vaccine, you may be more protected since the B viruses tend to hit later in the season, and the vaccine is more effective against those. Back to you.